there's that quote, and I think the Nelson Mandela is credited with it, which is that it's not that we're afraid of being too small, is that we're afraid of our own power, and that we shrink ourselves because we're afraid, and we stay small because we're afraid of our own power. So I guess that's what I'm saying. I want us to come into our power. We have been coming into our power, but now we need to step it to the next level in our field and be very conscious that civil rights, DI, all of that in our world is not an initiative. It's what we have to do because that is the population we're working with. So it's like, if we allow them to dismantle all of this, do it. Go ahead, dismantle it. We're going to rebuild it. And we're going to rebuild it in our name. The last year for me personally and professionally has been a really intense roller coaster. So I've experienced a lot of pain and transformation and a lot of success. And I will say that throughout the entire year, my mantra of my rest is sacred really accompanied me during this year. In a very unexpected way, this idea of rest very deeply resonated with me. I'm a gardener. That's one of the new hobbies that I've acquired. I've become more in sync with nature and really living through cycles of what nature does naturally, And one of the cycles is that a good gardener during the waning moon prunes and fertilizes. And the plant looks dead. Like I was terrified the first time I did this to this tree. And then I learned that what's happening, the tree is actually not dormant. It's going deeper, the roots are going deeper and deeper. It's getting, nourishment from the darkest part of their system. They're networking with other trees. They're communicating, if you want to get into the details, with fungi are kind of being the messengers. Mm-hmm. And what's happening is that they're kind of reorganizing themselves and the plants around them. And so I love everything we've heard this week about restoration, reconstruction, because that's what's happening to the plant when it's being pruned and fertilized. And you know what fertile, you know what it's made out of, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like we are being dumped and pruned as an organization, as a community, as a people. Our children, our families are like under attack. And what should we be doing? And I've been struggling with this concept of rest. Like, should we be resting? Isn't this when we should be like getting, standing up and getting active? So I do appreciate this concept of maybe standing still for a minute in silence and regrouping. But I think that rest cannot be passive. It has to be about us being very strategic, very conscious of what's happening. This is what is happening right now is an all-out war. We could not even imagine last year what is happening right now. And this is day, the first 100 days. What is this going to feel like in a year or in 4 years? So I do have a sense of wanting us to accept that's what's happening, is that we're getting pruned and fertilized, and that what we need to do is go deep and really begin to go underground and reconstruct ourselves and redesign the flourishing that will come. Because now I also understand that after you do that, the plant comes back much stronger. The blooms are like explosive. So your creativity and your power really grows during that time. But that time is there's a whole lot of stuff going on underground.